Major cybersecurity threats and attacks in Africa. Why every internet user should pay attention. Well, a few years ago, cybersecurity sounded like something that only concerned banks, governments, and large technology companies. Well, today, that is no longer the case. If you own a smartphone, if you use WhatsApp, if you browse Facebook, you shop online, you use mobile banking, or even receive text messages from your network provider, then cybersecurity concerns you. Across Africa, internet usage has grown rapidly. Millions of people now rely on digital services for communication, for business, for education, for entertainment, and financial transactions. Mobile money services, online banking platforms, e-commerce websites, and social media have made life easier, and these have created new opportunities for economic growth. Yeah, but unfortunately, cyber criminals have also noticed this growth. As more Africans embrace digital technology, cyber criminals are finding new ways to steal money, to hijack accounts, collect personal information, and disrupt businesses. Well, every day, thousands of people across the continent receive scam messages. They receive fake emails, fraudulent investment offers, and malicious links that are designed to trick them. Well, the reality, is that cybercrime is no longer a future problem. It is already here. Cybercrime is already here with us. This article explores major cybersecurity threats and attacks affecting Africa today, and it's going to explain how they work in simple language and discusses individuals, businesses, and governments what they can do to stay safe. Well, the growth has brought many benefits. Yeah, small businesses can reach customers online very fast. Students can access educational resources. Families can stay connected across countries. Financial services can reach people in rural communities through just their mobile phones, right? However, digital growth comes with digital risks. Cyber criminals are constantly looking for vulnerable users and weak systems. In many African countries, cybersecurity awareness is still developing, yeah, and many people are still using online services without fully understanding the dangers that exist online. Well, this combination of rapid digital adoption and limited cybersecurity awareness has created an environment where cybercrime can thrive easily. Now, let's examine some of the most common cybersecurity threats affecting Africa today. Number one is phishing attacks, and this is the most common cyber trap. If there is one cyber threat that almost everyone has encountered, it is phishing. Now, what is this phishing? Phishing is a scam where criminals, they pretend to be a trusted organization or a trusted person in order to steal sensitive information. You may receive a text message, claiming to come from your bank. Many of us have received this. And the message might say, your account will be locked unless you verify your details immediately. What? Immediately. This message they send often contains a link, and once you click that link, you are taken to a fake website that looks exactly like your bank's website, you will not notice. Now, you'll be prompted to enter your details. And if you enter your username, your password, your ATM card information, or PIN, these details go directly to the attacker. And within minutes, your account may be compromised. Yes, phishing attacks also arrive through emails mostly, yeah, social media messages, through WhatsApp chats, and even phone calls. Now, why does this phishing work effectively? Phishing succeeds because it targets human emotions rather than computer systems. Attackers can create fear, right? Your account will be suspended. Urgency, act within 24 hours. Excitement, you have won a prize, right? Then curiosity, see who viewed your profile, right? So these attackers create these, fear, urgency, excitement, or curiosity. And when people panic or they become excited, they tend to make quick decisions without verifying the information. Real life example. Almost every Nigerian internet user has received messages claiming they have won millions of naira. They have inherited money from a foreign relative, or qualified for a government grant, or they have data from Davido, 20 gig free from Davido, or so much data for a campaign, right? While some people immediately recognize these messages as scams, others still fall victims every day, right? Now, number 2, mobile banking and financial fraud. One of Africa's greatest success stories is mobile banking and digital payments. Well, today, people can transfer money, they can pay bills, purchase airtime, and conduct business transactions directly from their phones in their house. But unfortunately, criminals follow the money. Cyber criminals have used they use fake banking applications, fraudulent websites, and social engineering techniques to gain access to people's financial accounts. Some attackers call victims, pretending to be bank officials, while others send convincing text messages requesting account verification. In many cases, victims unknowingly provide the information criminals need to access their accounts. Now, why this threat is serious? For many people, their bank accounts contain, their life savings, business capital, school fees, or even emergency funds. A successful cyber attack can wipe out years of hard work in a matter of minutes. And you agree with this, right? 3, SIM swap fraud. When criminals steal your phone number, many people assume, that as long as they have their phone in their pockets, in their hands, their accounts are safe. Unfortunately, that is not always true. SIM swap fraud occurs when criminals convince a mobile network provider to transfer your phone number to a SIM card under their control. And once this happens, your phone suddenly loses network service. Meanwhile, the attacker begins receiving your text messages, your banking verification codes, your password reset links, authentication codes, and this allows them to gain access to your email accounts, social media accounts, and even bank accounts. The warning signs now, take note. If your phone unexpectedly loses network service for an extended period, and you've not done a SIM swap recently, you've not changed your SIM, it may be wise to contact your service provider immediately. Sometimes a few minutes of delay can make the difference between stopping an attack and losing access to critical accounts. 4. Ransomware. Ransom, just like the name implies, ransomware. Holding data hostage. Okay, imagine, arriving at work one morning and discovering that every file on your computer has been logged. Yes, logged. Not by you. Your documents, customer records, financial records, and projects are no longer accessible. Instead, a message appears demanding payment before your files will be restored. That is ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that encrypts a victim's files and demands a ransom payment for their release. The attacker usually, requests for payment through cryptocurrency because it is very difficult to trace that payment. The attacker will not tell you to send money to his OPay bank account. No, he would not. Well, why organizations fear ransomware? For hospitals, banks, schools, and businesses, access to information is very critical. When systems become unavailable, operations stop, customers become frustrated, revenue is definitely lost, reputation suffers. Even worse, paying the ransom does not even guarantee the files will be returned. Many victims pay and never recover their data. Social engineering, hacking human beings. When most people hear the word hacker, well, they imagine someone breaking into a computer system and, using advanced software, right? That's what you also think, is it not? Well, in reality, some of the most successful cyber criminals never really hack any computer at all. Instead, they hack people. I'll tell you. This technique is known as social engineering. Social engineering involves manipulating people into revealing information or performing actions that they would normally avoid. For example, a criminal might call, an employee pretending to be a manager and request confidential information. The employee believes, they are helping their superior, and unknowingly, they provide access to sensitive company data. Now, why social engineering is very dangerous? Humans naturally trust authority figures, familiar faces, and official, looking communications. Cyber criminals understand this and they exploit it. In many cases, the weakest link in cybersecurity is not technology. It is human behavior. Yes. Now, number 6 way, business email compromise. We could call it BEC or BEC. Business email compromise is one of the fastest growing forms of cybercrime worldwide. In this attack, criminals gain access to or they imitate a business email account. Then they send messages requesting urgent payments or changes to bank account details. Now, imagine a company receives an email that appears to come from a trusted supplier. The email says, "Please note that our banking information has changed. Kindly send future payments to the account below. Well, because the email looks legitimate, the company transfers the money. Days later, they discover the money went directly to criminals. This has happened a lot, mostly, in the Western world. Yes. Now, why businesses are vulnerable? Many organizations actually rely heavily on email communications right now. If employee fails to verify financial requests through additional channels, attackers can exploit that trust. Malware, you've heard of it before, right? Malware, it's the hidden digital infection. Just as viruses can infect the human body, malware can infect computers and smartphones. Malware is a broad term used to describe harmful software designed to damage systems, to steal information, or spy on users. And some common forms of malware include viruses, trojans, spyware, keyloggers, worms. Now, malware often enters devices through suspicious downloads, pirated softwares, infected email attachments, fake mobile applications. And what makes malware dangerous? So malwares, they quietly record everything a user types, including passwords and banking information. Yeah. Others allow criminals to remotely control infected devices without the owner's knowledge. And in many cases, victims do not realize their device has been compromised until significant damage has already occurred. 8. Data breaches and identity theft. Every time we create an online account, we share personal information. True, right? And these may include names, phone numbers, email addresses, residential addresses, banking details, identification numbers. And when organizations fail to adequately protect this information you've given out, cyber criminals may gain access to large databases containing thousands or even millions of records. This is known as data breach. And why data breach matters? Many people underestimate the value of personal information. And to a cyber criminal, your personal details can be used to commit fraud, open fake accounts, conduct phishing attacks, impersonate you online. In today's digital world, personal information has become a valuable commodity. 9. Attacks on government and critical infrastructure. Cyber attacks do not only affect individuals and businesses. Governments and critical infrastructures, organizations are also major targets. Yes, critical infrastructure includes, electrical systems, water supply networks, telecommunication services, healthcare system, transportation systems. And when these systems are disrupted, the consequences can affect millions of people. Imagine if a hospital systems were unavailable during an emergency, or if power company network was compromised. The impact could extend far beyond financial losses. Right, far beyond. National security concerns. As countries become more digitally connected, cybersecurity increasingly becomes a matter of national security. Protecting critical infrastructure is now just as important as protecting physical infrastructure. But in all this, Why do people keep falling for cyber scams? Many people assume that only inexperienced internet users become victims. You must have said that to yourself before, right? Well, the truth is, anyone can be targeted. Anyone. Cyber criminals are becoming more sophisticated every year. They carefully study human behaviors and design scams that appear convincing. Yeah, they often become victims because people often become victims, because they trust familiar brands, right? And they act too quickly. They are distracted. They lack cybersecurity awareness. They become, it can never happen to me. Unfortunately, cyber criminals rely on exactly these assumptions. Now, how can we protect ourselves? The good news is that many cyber attacks can be prevented through simple security practices. Use strong passwords. Avoid predictable passwords such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Or password. Or your name. Or most common, your date of birth. Use unique passwords for different accounts. Enable multi-factor authentication. Some people call it two-factor authentication, right? It adds an extra layer of security beyond your password. So even if a criminal steals your password, they may still be unable to access your account because they must authenticate it twice, right? Now, be very skeptical of unwanted messages. Always verify emails, text messages, phone calls, payment requests. If something actually feels suspicious, trust me, investigate before taking action. Keep devices updated. Software updates often contain important security fixes, right? Ignoring updates can leave devices vulnerable to attack. Now, educate yourself just like you're doing right now. Cybersecurity is not a one-time activity. Threats continue to evolve and users continue learning. Conclusion: well, Africa's digital future is incredibly promising. More people are connecting to the internet. Businesses are expanding online and digital services are transforming every day. However, this growth also creates opportunities for cyber criminals. Phishing attacks, ransomware, SIM swap frauds, social engineering, malware, business email compromise, and data breaches are becoming increasingly common across the continent. The most important lesson is that cybersecurity is not only a responsibility for governments, banks, or technology companies. It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility. It is everyone's responsibility. Every click, every password, every email, and every online transaction involves a decision that can either strengthen or weaken our security. As Africa continues in its digital journey, cybersecurity awareness will be one of the most valuable skills individuals and organizations can develop. The more informed we become, the harder it becomes for cyber criminals to succeed. In this digital age, knowledge is not just power. Knowledge is protection. Stay safe out there.